book friends. Welcome back to Books I Read. I'm Sheila and I'm so glad you're here. We're going to do a bookish thing here. Obviously, it's book channel. That's what we do here. We are doing our buddy read. This is Stephen King's The Outsider. This is my disclaimer. I do not feel that this book and or many of Stephen King's books, but especially this one, is not appropriate for children. So preferably a much older audience for this buddy read. And that is, and or discretion is advised. Okay, so we are on, as you read in the title, we are on sections, I think 7 and 8, and or visits, and how do you say the other one? Macy's tells Gimbels. Those are the two sections we're going to be talking about in this video, and or this section of our buddy read. Hopefully we can kind of go through it pretty quickly, because it's just one really big highlight if you ask me. So, do you have your tea? I have peppermint tea, as you can see, or maybe you can't, it's really hot. I also have ice water, and I have some apple cider in a wine glass. So, there you go. Alright, so are we ready? I'm ready. You ready, honey?
I'm ready.
Alright, and we're going to do it just like we've been doing it. I will say something, and you guys participate in the comments below. My husband's going to participate when he feels he has something to interject, and all that jazz. If you don't like the way we're doing it, I'm so sorry. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright, so, visits, chapter 1. That's where we're starting. Jack is on the toilet. On the toilet. On the toilet. Alright, obviously has eaten something that hasn't agreed with him. He's on the toilet, and what in the hell is behind the shower curtain?
Something ugly.
Something not so cool. Something bad. Something ugly. And this thing has given him cancer. Says that thing in the back of your neck, dude. Because remember, Jack was in the barn.
Yeah.
He was touched. So there you go. So he's like, it's not cancer. He's like, do you want me to take it away? Of course, Jack wants him to take it away. But this thing wants Jack to do something for him. What does this thing want Jack to do? Well, we don't know yet. But we move a little forward now, where Jeannie Anderson, or Ralph Anderson's wife,
they're at home.
They're at home. She's sleeping. She gets up to go to the bathroom. And then all of a sudden she's going back to her room, or going back towards that way, down the hall. And she realizes the light above the stove, or a light, is on in the kitchen. What the hell? She's like, I didn't leave no damn light on. So she goes downstairs. And who's in her house? He looks like who? Do you guys remember? Do you remember who he looks like? Who does he look like?
He looks like the guy that's in Texas. Yeah.
Is it the Bolton guy?
Yeah, because he's got the things on his hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's... Yeah. Okay. So y'all got it? Okay, so good. All right, so anyway, let's move on. So she's scared. She's pissing her pants. She's scared.
Not really, because she already went to the bathroom.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
She said she would have pissed her pants if she had went to the bathroom. All right, so... And he has a message for Jeannie as well. He's telling her the same thing like in Storm of the Century, like Lenore says. Stop searching for me. Just stop this and I'll go away.
Right.
Just stop.
Let it go.
Let it go. Alright, so of course Ralph doesn't really believe her, because he's like, hey, we had the alarm on, the windows are locked. He has his doubts. Why? I don't get this. But anyway, the highlight of this chapter is the visit from this thing, mostly to Jack and mostly to Jeannie, because this thing wants everybody to knock it off. Stop searching for me. Just stop, or I'm going to kill y'all.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. But now you have Ralph and Jeannie, as my husband had said. They're getting ready for this meeting with Bill and Alec and Holly. They're going to go and meet and discuss the little bits of information that they all have, or that they've gathered, and see if they can come up with evidence, or what's going on, or whatever kind of thing. That's where we're at. That's pretty much it. We're getting ready for this meeting. And this is my intermission. I have been wanting to make book sleeves for the longest time, but I don't sew. So I wanted to make no-sew book sleeves, and I finally accomplished it. I am so excited. Aren't they cute? Isn't it so cute? I want to make more. This one cost me $3 to make, approximately. So cute. And this one cost me about $4 to make, approximately. And I will show you, because I have my bookmarked. Isn't it adorable?
You're so talented.
I wish.
No, you are.
But anyway, they're cute. I like them. I mean, I don't know how long they'll have, the wear and tear and washing and stuff. So I'll have to let you guys know on that. But for me, I love it. All right. So this section begins with Holly flying in. She's visiting. Why did she go visit? What's his name's house? Whose house is this? I can't remember. Oh, Holmes. Why did she go visit?
She visited the orderly.
The orderly. Okay, I am mixing up the two people. So, shit. All right, so the orderly is Holmes that died.
Correct.
And then Bolton.
Bolton is the ex-convict that is the bouncer at that bar.
That's right. And he's the one that shook Terry's hand.
Correct.
So now, but Holly has arrived and she's going to Holmes's old house.
Correct.
And there's a for sale sign by the bank on it. Why she went there, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she thought she was going to...
I think it's just part of her, detective way of doing things, just to cover all the bases. So she wanted to know what it felt like. Because she said she had that ability of feeling where that thing had been.
That's true. And she said also she could smell, like a smell. She could smell its presence.
Yeah. So
Holly already suspects that this is what she calls an outsider. And she... Okay, so let's just move a little forward. Okay, so they're at this meeting now. They're all together because Holly has a belief of what it is. But she's like, these people aren't going to believe me.
Right.
They're not going to accept what I think it is. And she's very nervous going into this meeting. She don't really know these people at all, except a little bit through her husband or her partner that she had, whatever his name was. What was his name? I don't remember.
He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away. You guys, I'm sure, remember. But anyway, so she's at this meeting and she's like, well, I want you guys to see this movie that I have. I wonder what the movie is. Did they ever tell us the title of the movie? I don't think so.
Well, the first one was in Mexican or something, or Spanish or something like that. But they gave you the English translation, but I can't remember what it is.
But anyway, in this movie, though, they're talking about El Coco, which in Spanish is this legend and or creature that would...
drinks their blood and rubs their fat all over them to try and keep them younger or something like that.
Exactly, and they say that when kids do the jack-o'-lanterns or the pumpkins or something, that they're doing something to El Coco or something like that, and I'm like, thanks, Stephen King.
Right?
All right, so anyway, so she's giving them this information. Everybody's sharing information, Ralph and Jeannie are sharing the information about the person that was in their house and how could it have been him when he's with his mom, as you had said in Texas, because I was mixing up the characters.
He's 400 miles away.
Right. How is that possible? And then how is this person not tripping the alarms? And then Marcy talks about Grace seeing the guy sitting on her bed. So we've got everybody sharing information in this chapter. So what you all think about that? But towards the end, everybody's like, thanks Holly for all you did, but Ralph's still doing his thing, Bill's still doing his thing. That this just sounds too far-fetched.
Some of them want to just wash their hands of the situation.
Right.
Some of them want to just give it up. Which
right.
probably, some of them probably should, because this thing is yelling and screaming at them.
Right, exactly. So, and, Holly, I feel like Holly wants to continue. What do you think? Do you think Holly wants to continue?
Well, they had asked her if she wanted to go, and she said, they said you'd be reimbursed for your time, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah. She actually said she wanted to.
I missed that part.
They said they were going to go see the guy in Texas, what's his name again?
Heath Holmes. Heath Holmes was the orderly.
He was the orderly.
Bolton.
Bolton, Mr. Bolton. They were going to go interview Mr. Bolton, and she said she wanted to go because she thinks he is the next one that's been marked by the other.
Right.
Because I guess when he scratches you, that's when he marks you.
Correct. That's, you said that right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's pretty much this whole section. Is we're just following Holly sharing this information, and everybody's sharing information, and now we're just like, are we going to go, find this guy and talk to this guy now and see what's going on? Because this guy is saying, I'm over here with my mom, I ain't doing anything.
Well, even when that sheriff or whatever went out to talk to him, when he left, his mom's like, oh, that was sweet or whatever, and he was like, that isn't why they came. And she's like, what do you mean? And he goes, I don't know why they're here, but that's not why they were here.
Right.
And
exactly.
But like I said, I think that they're treading on real thin ice.
Well, there is something else in here. Jack gets in the truck, and that thing has told him to drive. Where does he want him to drive to? Because he tells him, just drive. And I don't know where, it hasn't told him where to drive yet at this point, but how did he say it? He said, drive or die.
Yeah, he's like, do you want to die? And he's like, no. And he's like, well, then drive.
Yeah. And it says that the truck's dashboard was dusty. At the first stop sign, he leaned over to his right and wiped it clean, getting rid of the word his passenger's figure had left there, which was must. So that was interesting to me. And that was the end of the chapter or section. Do you guys have anything that you want to share? Maybe what we didn't talk about because we just kind of, grasped the highlights or took major things, because there was a lot I felt in this chapter. My husband and I listened to this section twice because I still feel like I missed it. I missed the whole Holly thing, and I missed up the two characters' names. I don't know why I keep calling the orderly Bolton when that's Holmes.
Yeah, Holmes is dead.
Holmes is dead.
Bolton's is still alive.
Right, and they are going to talk to Bolton now because, again, they think he's the next target.
Yeah. Well, everybody that this person has, or other person has had any interaction with, has been prosecuted and killed.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. And didn't they say in that they think that's why he was after Terry? Because he wanted Terry to die?
That when Terry and his family went to see his dad, he, for somehow or another, knew that Terry was from out of town and that they couldn't tie the two together. Well,
right.
Lo and behold, here we go. Everybody, I think that's the problem. I think he knows that they have tied everything together. Nobody's ever tied anything together before. That's why he's threatening people.
Right, yeah. Well, he wants them to stop because they're too close.
Yeah. So,
all right, so
let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know what you guys thought about this chapter.
We're on the right track.
Did you read it and then watch our video and then have to go back and reread it? Because that's, like I said, we had to reread it today because I was like, I missed stuff, and I still feel like I missed stuff in this section. There was just a lot of information in this section. So let's talk about it. What did you guys pick up? What didn't we talk about that you want to talk about? Make sure you share it in the comments below. And I guess we will see you in the next section or two. I'm not sure if it's going to be just one or two. We'll see when we get there, but to be continued.